Okay, now next we're gonna try to we're gonna do protect and configure the all terminals, all ports that we can use it for access the router. And the router we have a 3 port. We can access by Telnet, we can access by console port, we can access by auxiliary port. So we go the configure mode again, and line console 0. Now we have a one console port, we have a one console number 0, and enter. By the way, now in the configuration, we are in the configuration we call in the line console 0, we call this sub configuration mode, which is indicate that console 0. Okay, so the way we do like this, password simple as, and we agree our security word will be a password that we use in the entire course would be Cisco, and password Cisco, enter. Login, we use it in the login time, so use this word in login time, and exit. That's it. Now we go to that, we configure now the console board. Now next we're gonna go to the line VTY from 0 to 4. Now this is to protect our Telnet. We said we go to the VTY, which is indicate for Telnet, and 0 to 4 meaning allow only the 5 users or 5 people can access the Telnet at the same time, and enter. Now I need the password again, Cisco, so we have a password Cisco. So now and login. Now we create password for the Telnet as well, and we call it Cisco and use it in the login. Exit. So we have a console port, we have a VTY. The third interface line auxiliary aux or aux 0, and again password Cisco and use in the login, and exit. Right, now if I go to the exit all, I exit to try to log in the router after we create passwords. So I press enter. Wow, look that the banner of our message when we start not access yet, we have this message come up whenever user access verification. So we have a password Cisco. Now we log into the password. Now we go to the enable to do the privilege mode. We go to the configure terminal and to go to the configuration mode. Okay. However, we're still able from the user mode to the admin or configuration mode. We go without password. So we need to create password for protect when you go from the user mode even to the privilege mode, because this is have a different level. So the way we do that, enable secret Cisco, enable or enable, we can do that, or enable password Cisco. We have two commands, enable Cisco password or enable Cisco secret whatever Cisco. Okay, so enable, and this is my password. We can do whatever you want, but we agree that in our course we use this Cisco as our password. So enable password Cisco. If I go exit again, now ask me for password, which is Cisco. Now I get in the I log in to the user mode. If I need to go to the privilege mode, I have to type enable. Now ask me other password. So we have a Cisco again. Okay, Cisco. All right. Now we go to the from configure terminal to do other continuous of the configuration. So we need the banner, we do line console, we do VTY, we did the auxiliary, and we did the enable secret or enable password for configure from the privilege mode to the from user mode. Okay. Now we have step number 7 and step number 8. We didn't do that, and step number 10 we showing the end. Okay, step number 11. So we have a 7 and 8 and 11 we left. Okay. So what this 7 to configuration interface. Okay. If we go back to our routers, we still have a red connection. So we need to give this F00 IP as we give the computers the computer. So how many ports? We have one port here connect to network number 2, F110 connect to number 2. So F00 will have IP from this network, one of the IP from this network. So I'm gonna give the IP from F00. So I'm gonna do 192.168 what? 168.3.254. I'm gonna give last IP for this router, okay? 254, which is 192.168.30. We have a 2 from 31 to 254. Last IP I given for this port router, okay? And same this one, I'm gonna give this F10 IP with this range will be have a 192.168.2.254. 254. This is 254 and this is 254. Okay, so we have this one. Now we need to go to the fast Ethernet 00. Fast Ethernet 00. How we go to the fast Ethernet 00? Again, we do like interface. We type interface fast Ethernet 0/0. 0/0 meaning this one. Enter. Look, the configuration mode. Now we are in the sub configuration mode in the interface 00. Now we give it the IP address. IP address 192.168.3.254 space, one space, then we type the subnet mask. We have a 255.255.255.0. Enter. And each port of the router port is shut down or off mode by default. So we need to do no shutdown. No shutdown. Just so with me this links now. After I give this, no, we give it the IP and no shutdown. Enter. Look. Once we did this command, this become green and this become orange. After a while become green. Now this is computers and this is network is become fine. Let me go to the privilege mode and try from the router ping any of these computers. Okay, so now ping 192.168.310 for example 3.10. When we see what happened. So success, we have a 1, see this one, we have a 1, fourth explanation, that the first one have a dot, meaning we don't have 80%, 4 out of 5 being work. Why? The first one doesn't show. If you repeat again, we have a 100%, meaning 100% success rate, meaning all 5 beings work. We have a 5 beings work here, okay? So this router's able to bring this one, and this routers can bring other one, 11, and so on, okay? If from the computers, if we go to the different computers, we bring the router now, we need to bring the routers. Bing 192.168.3.254. Even the computer now can bing this port and this router. Now, meaning is fine. We have this still bar thread. Okay, we go back to the routers. We go back to the configure terminal and interface fast Ethernet 10 fast Ethernet 10. Why? That's why we have a label here that helped me 10, and IP address 192.168.2.254 space 255.255.255.0. no, shut down, and again it's become green, and we can from this one bing whatever any device over there. So let me bing, for example, the server, bing 192.168.2.1. okay, waiting a little bit. 192.168.2.1. okay, 0% router. These routers we cannot ping 192.168.2.1. we have a problem. We go from these routers, from the server command prompt, we try to bing the router back. Bing 192.168.2.254. now the router cannot bing the server. Now try if the server can bing the router. Let me see. Oops, the server can bing the router. So the server able to communicate the router, but the router cannot communicate with the server. Why? Let me check. So let's just check the configurations. Okay, IP configuration. Alright, because we said for the routers the default gateway yourself, so we need to change this to become what? 192.168.2. we need to change the gateway. Now the gateway should be 254. Let us try now again. Bing 192.168.2.1. here we go, 100%. Why? Because we changed the default gateway. Last step, save the configuration. How do you save the configuration? By command called copy running. Okay, save the configuration, not working from the configuration mode. No, configuration for change settings. But for save configuration, we have a command called copy configure configuration file. Copy. I forgot. Copy running. Copy running. Configure type to the startup configure. And enter. Then they ask me the destination file will be startup configuration. Yes. Enter again. And now we are done with configurations file. Okay. If you remember, before we connect with the routers, we try to bring any computer from this one to the server or any network here, and we don't able to connect. Now let us try. From this one, from our computers, we need to connect or bing the server. Okay? So let us see now if it does work or not. Okay? Bing 192.168.2.1. 192.168.2. Request timeout. Request timeout. So from these computers, we are not able to bing the other computers. Okay. Let us double check. We see what's the problem. Okay. Next video.